So this game will be against BlixLT in the World Championship 2020, and we're gonna hop right into the game. So as you can see, the game against the Blixt, random mix, medium async, and just gonna load in. I have the first turn, so we can see what we can grab. Only yellow cards. Okay, so best one of these is the Urban Growth, because I can just go for the lab as my first turn, or my second turn with the Urban Growth, and don't have to go for the mine, which is the right move. And yeah, the others not as great as Urban Growth. So we're gonna take that. And what does he take? Probably the Engineering Genius. Yeah, I would guess he could also take two of these yellow cards, but I'm guessing he's taking Engineering Genius. And he does take the Engineering Genius, yeah. So no new wonders coming as well. Can definitely take Hammurabi. Could also go for Cleopatra, but I don't really need her, because I can build my first lab anyway. So going for her as well would probably be a little bit of an overkill. Going Hammurabi. And then I can also take the Colosseum, which I really like, having Hammurabi and the Colosseum. Because the problem with Hammurabi often is that you don't have enough military actions, because you lose one with Hammurabi. The Colosseum gives you an additional one. And yeah, then red can probably take Stonehenge. Yeah, it probably does that. So taking Colosseum, and then I can build the lab, and next turn the third mine. See what card. I sadly only draw one, and it's gonna be Foray. Okay, I can maybe play around with that. So he elects more of this, and yeah, he does take the Stonehenge. So do I want to play the Foray? I mean, I do have Colosseum, so I could argue that I will maybe go for military. With Hammurabi that is a little bit harder, but I think if I grab the knights as well, which I definitely can, we can go for Foray. Problem is I don't have a free population, but he doesn't as well, so I think I can do that. Yeah, I think I can play the Foray. Development of civil life, I can only raise my population, but that's not too bad. You can just do the same. So yeah, and then I can build the mine. Sadly I can't take, yeah, he took Engineering Genius. So what else can I take? The knights probably. And then I can also increase population if I want to. And with the last one, yeah, not that much stuff I can grab. Don't think I want to go for Gutenberg, because I have built my second lab already. So what do I do? Maybe I can take Patriotism. With Foray in here, I definitely want to build some military, like the Knights. I could argue that I would rather draw cards, but then I don't use Hammurabi and think grabbing Patriotism now for one military action is better. It's not the best card, but still, I'm gonna go with that and hope that I draw a tactic. And I do, not the best one. Sadly I can't play politics next turn, so I really want to finish the Colosseum as fast as possible, so I draw more cards. And he played something as well, the development of markets. Okay, so interesting to see what he does take. Also, he could finish the Stonehenge. No, he can't. He doesn't have. Yeah, with the Engineering Genius he could do. That would cost him all his actions. But that wouldn't be too bad, I guess. He can then build no philosophy, but he has enough science. But he takes, yeah, probably a good move. Going for Gutenberg, getting extra civil actions. And getting rid of Moses, because he doesn't need Moses. Yeah, sadly I can take the resources, but can't finish my wonder. I definitely want to build on this. I guess 2 steps, still have corruption. So I guess I could also take food and then increase population. I don't have corruption. And then next turn I can finish the Colosseum. And then I can also grab breakthrough, which is really nice. Irrigation is also really important to have. And then I could develop one of these things, maybe the Knights. But with the Knights I want to wait until the Colosseum. So I guess I'm gonna go with irrigation. Because there's really not anything else I can do. And I can also grab another thing. I mean, there is no money in Dietrich. Yeah, also no Bach. So I don't think drama's that good. I mean, I could also not finish. I could upgrade. Maybe I do take resources and then go for irrigation. Like this. You don't have to increase population, so going like this and then upgrading. I also don't have corruption. And then I can take a breakthrough and build 1 step, I guess. So next turn I can still finish, don't have corruption, don't have to waste my selection on taking cartography or drama, with, which both of them I don't like that much. So I think this is better going for that. Also drawing just the aggression, no politics. And I guess he will build on his Stonehenge. He can finish that, but he doesn't really have nice text to go with that. Also he probably will grab the alchemy, I guess, with the extra selection from Gutenberg. So he can slowly upgrade his labs. And then the question is if he does finish. Yeah, takes alchemy, finishes, yeah, okay, finishes that. Has quite a lot of science now, can go for alchemy. And I have to skip politics again. Now what leader do I want? I could take Saladin or one of these guys, but Genghis Khan. Also these are pretty expensive. First I guess I will finish the Colosseum. I could also take the Universitas. I think it's still early and that is still nice to grab that. And then the question is if I take the Universitas, I don't need the breakthrough, and I think the Swordsman could be more important. So I'll grab them. The Knights and Swordsman together with Colosseum is definitely not bad. And then how about war a tactic with Knights? And there it is. The Phalanx, not the best, I guess. But with my upgraded food production, I definitely can go for this. So not the worst draw. I think Medieval Army I would have liked more. But yeah, especially now I have so much food. I can easily increase population a few times and go for the Phalanx. And then I guess, I mean, Nostradamus could go for him. Other option is waiting for Isabella. Both of them not the best. Don't think I want to go for Genghis Khan, because I do have the Knights already and want to go for them with the Colosseum. So it doesn't give me that much, would only give me like 3 culture production. Michelangelo, if I had picked him up before I took the Universitas, could have been fine. I could also still get him to get the Magic Castle. Okay, he goes for that. Also upgraded. He also has Swordsman and the Knights, okay. And there's the Magic Castle, so I guess Michelangelo's out of the game now, because I can't really finish the Universitas before I get the Magic Castle, before it's gone, so Michelangelo not good, so I guess I will go with Nostradamus. Can definitely play the historic territory, or do I? Can also wait a little bit. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna skip for now. And then develop the Knights. And I can also develop Swordsman. Do I want to take some other stuff? Maybe Nostradamus is also not the greatest really, because I want also to be the strongest with Foray in the deck. I'm definitely gonna play Patriotism to build the Knight. But yeah, I guess I have to go for Nostradamus. And then increasing population. And I guess taking urban growth. I need quite a lot of resources now, but sadly there are no reserves, or engineering genius would also be really nice for my wonder. So I guess taking urban growth now. Which means I'm not the strongest, but I think I don't have to be don't have to be the strongest yet. Can wait one more turn because it's still the HA cards. So I guess he will upgrade one of his warriors now. But also I'm not the weakest, so it's not bad. And I guess, yeah, next turn I really have to decide what I want to go for. It's really nice that the Meiji Castle is on this, so you can't grab that. Or not really, it costs him 3 civil actions. And yeah, it doesn't go for that. Goes from Iron and Alchemy and has this tactic as well, okay. But I'm the strongest now, and I will be. So I guess Crusades are really nice. Development of crafts, okay, so I just need 3 more resources, so I could pick up the Engineering Genius. Could also take away the Code of Laws from him, even though he doesn't have that much science now. I guess Code of Laws is really good. Yeah, but I also want to go for those swordsmen. So if I go for those, yeah, it all costs quite a lot now, so I really want those Code of Laws, I guess. Or maybe I hope that he doesn't grab Engineering Genius if I don't take anything. So I could just build 2 steps. But then I'm not the strongest for the Foray and the Crusades. So I guess I have to go for the Swordsman, build 1, go for the Phalanx as well. Now I do have Corruption, so I guess increasing population. And if I don't take anything, then the Engineering Genius will still be on 3, so we can't really take that. And I can grab that next turn to finish the Universitas. So with my last action, I can just increase once again. And maybe take Rich Land to upgrade my second farm. Still have 1 politics card in hand. And all these aggressions are not really helping. But I'm definitely the strongest now, and he has to go for the Knights and build 1 to build the tactic as well. And with Nostradamus I of course always have the advantage of 3 when it comes down to being the weakest. So the Crusades are really good for me, because I definitely think I won't be the weakest for quite a while. That will be interesting to see if he grabs the Code of Laws. Can't go for that this turn. Or if he grabs... And these government forms came really late. So I also don't think I have to grab those. Maybe I can go for Republic or Constitutional Monarchy. Could also take Maximilian Robespierre and go for that. Because I'm not super happy with Nostradamus right now. Doesn't give me that much really. I mean 3 culture every time I prepare an event. But if Red goes up to 8 strength now, then I'm again not the strongest, or if it goes up more than 8, he just needs to go for the Knight and upgrade his warriors. Then he's stronger than me, and then I don't really want to play something. So have to see about that. So he does go for the knights, but stays at 8. Interesting, so I can play politics. Really interesting. And the age ends. Not the biggest problem right now because I have food production. He doesn't, so that will be interesting. And immediately strategy. Can definitely go for that. Definitely want to play something, and historic territory is the only thing I have, so we'll have to go for that. Knowledge of the ancients, gaining additional science, okay. The good part. Yeah, not sure. I would really like to grab strategy, but it's also really expensive. I definitely want to upgrade one of my soldiers, so I'm the strongest again. And with both of these in the deck now, I think strategy is really important. But building on the university is also really nice. So I could do this and then maybe grab engineering genius. I mean, then he can grab strategy, but his hand is pretty full of technology cards, so that might still be an option. And I guess I have to build on my new universitas. I've delayed it quite a lot. I'm punished by having very little science. So yeah, I guess I have to do it like this. Still the strongest. Would have been amazing if I had gotten foray, so I could have finished the universitas this turn, but I didn't. So I will hope that I draw some new politics cards. International negotiations, that's not bad at all. So he upgrades a mine, takes Harvard College, so he doesn't take strategy, interesting. Everything is a little bit dark, I guess. Now it's light again. I'm still the strongest. I think it was really weird that he didn't upgrade last turn. He does this turn, but I will definitely play the international negotiations and the Crusades. Really nice. I'm still at 0 culture production, but I have 22 already, and he's only at 15 because of this 3 culture I get from Nostradamus. And now, to keep being the strongest, I can just grab strategy. So I think that's really nice. And then I can finish the universitas. And yeah, with my last action I don't want to grab any of these, I guess. Could just upgrade food. Yeah. Just gonna upgrade the food for free. Still have the urban growth. I guess once I get a new government form, I could go and build another lab. Maybe I can go for scientific method as well, we'll have to see. But I don't really need that with the universitas. So keeping all of these equations, because I don't have to discard anything. Getting crime wave and iconoclasm, yeah, I think feeding the event stack with more cards where strength matters. And here it's also just the weakest, so Nostradamus is even good there. And still the foray. And now he really should be struggling to keep up with strength. Don't really see a way for him to... I mean, could get navigation, but that only puts him at 11. So the strategy really gives me a big edge. Really think he should have grabbed that himself. He has also... I mean, taking Harvard College. It's a nice way to convert resources into science. He goes for food, has to solve that first, and takes journalism. I mean, he can just grab those for free with Gutenberg. Didn't cost him anything, so I guess the right move. Foray, also nice. Getting something extra, definitely the resources. If only I had a little bit more science, I could go for coal this turn. Let's see, I definitely want, yeah, with Pierre in the game, Pierre de Coubertin. Team sports would be really amazing. So yeah, coal and scientific method would be really nice as well. But then I do have corruption. I mean, I can maybe just build another knight. So I only have 2 corruption, still not the greatest, but then I can grab coal, scientific method, I guess growth or efficient upgrade. So I can go for both of these, which I think is pretty nice, going for coal and scientific method, still pretty early. Which one do I want to go for first? I mean, I also don't have to go for scientific method. But still nice. It'll also allow me to take Newton then. Efficient upgrade or urban growth. Yeah, I guess I can take the urban growth. Doesn't really matter too much. Can't use that for the coal, but I take away the urban growth from red. Who definitely would want that. But I mean, he has so many resources, maybe I just... Yeah, the efficient upgrade is way more flexible for the coal, so I want to grab that. Yeah, I will have the corruption, but there's not much I can do about that this turn. Now I can get rid of some of these aggressions. So yeah, the efficient upgrade helping me with the coal. And I have the urban growth in hand as well. So I think the efficient upgrade is more flexible and thus better. And red or BlixLT, 9 resources, still can't finish the Harvard College. Still the weakest. Still not that great science production now. Took quite a lot of his extra turns from Gutenberg to grab printing press, develop printing press, and now also grabbing journalism. I think it would have been better if he upgraded his philosophy to alchemy, his second one. 3 science production isn't that much now, and he still hasn't finished the Harvard College, where then it would be enough. So he also doesn't want to overdo that. Going for this tactic, but also giving that to me. And okay, Newton for him. So I can't grab him, but there are also really nice others. Like James Watt could grab him if I go for the coal, and then Catherine and Napoleon pretty good, and Maximilian as well if I want to go for that. Can also definitely grab the Republic, but first I'm going to play the Iconoclasm. Not the greatest card, I guess, to play, but I have to play something because I'm the strongest and I want to play something. The Pestilence, that's not bad for me. I have so much food, that's not a problem. For him, basically the same, but yeah, so I definitely have to increase population once. And then I can either go for coal or scientific method. Yeah, I guess scientific method for now. If I upgrade that with the urban growth, I still have corruption, so I will be doing that without. And then the Republic. Yeah, I guess the Republic is really nice together with strategy, so we'll grab that. Really want some more civil actions. Can't go for that next turn, sadly. But yeah, there's nothing I can do about that. And if I get Maximilian, I can maybe go for a revolution. So next turn I can also copy this tactic from him and then go for 2 more swordsmen, fulfill that again. And there's Maximilian. Yeah, if no other leader comes, I guess I will have to replace Nostradamus. And maybe then with Maximilian. And then I can go for Republic next turn and also for coal. So yeah, I think I would like that. Going for Maximilian and then the Republic. He goes, okay. So now he's at 10 science production. That is crazy. Let's see what I want to play. Maybe the National Pride. He's at 23, I'm at 35, so I guess, yeah. And I will gain additional 3 with Nostradamus and 2 from the National Pride being played. So I think that's really nice. Historic territory. Yeah, I can definitely bid 1 swordsman, so I can also copy the tactic. And then these 2 cards. Would be really nice to get the happy face, and I do. So that is going really great. Yeah, the problem is, yeah, if I go for coal and then grab Maximilian and then Robespierre. If I go for Republic now, I don't have any military actions to copy the tactic. So maybe, and what is under the deck? International negotiations, crime wave. These are not too bad. Again, quite a lot by doing this. I can upgrade to coal. I can grab wave of nationalism. I can grab revolutionary idea. I can increase population. Yeah, this is really great. Going for the Republic now before it's too late will be the weakest. But these are not too bad really, I think. Would really like to be stronger than him, would just need to copy the tactic. But I think this is fine, this is a fair price to pay for the additional civil actions. And there are the cannons. Definitely want to grab some of those. Haven't drawn an H2 tactic, but I can copy his. And Iconoclasm, so lucky for me. Nobody loses anything. And then next turn I won't be playing politics, and I hope I will be stronger again when I copy his tactic. I mean, you can go for navigation and then it should be close. Yeah. But with wave of nationalism I can go for quite a lot. So yeah, he doesn't go for navigation, okay, but he goes for transcontinental railroad. So yeah, I will be skipping the politics. I think upgrading a little bit more of my labs. So putting him on this so I can also use my urban growth. Sadly I can't upgrade my next mine. But first I can copy his tactic, putting me at 14. Or before I do that I can play Wave of Nationalism and then copy his tactic. The question is if I want to build more knights with a, yeah, maybe I don't play the Wave of Nationalism. Right now with this is enough to be the strongest, so I think I will be fine with that. I'm grabbing cannons. Breakthroughs are always nice, patriotism, reserves, and I can also grab this breakthrough. I don't think I have to go for the opera right now. He also doesn't have culture production, so I don't need to follow him up with that. So I'm taking breakthrough, quite a lot of yellow cards, and that is really nice to have. A lot of flexibility, no corruption, so yeah, that is nice. And then, yeah, I will have to concern myself with happy faces. And then also this tactic, that is really nice. Problem is he also has knights and swordsmen. So if I play that, he can obviously just copy that. And he grabbed the team sports, so I will have to see if I can get professional sports. Or I will be in, yeah, a little bit of trouble, I guess. Because I missed both organized religions. So, and also no leader with happy faces. So professional sports would be really nice. Alternatively, yeah, maybe movies, and then, I mean, I don't have the biggest problems right now. Still have one free worker. And let's see if he grabs the cannons. But I guess he will, yeah, will probably finish the Transcontinental Railroad. And just has to use 2 actions for that. And also goes for that, okay. And also grabs the cannons. So again, I won't be playing politics. But he still doesn't have that many actions. Next turn he can go for Constitutional Monarchy. But this turn I guess I will be... I can again use the Wave of Nationalism and then go for cannons. And just the one, I guess, for now. And then swap to this tactic. Yeah. And then upgrading once. Can also delete this mine. And with patriotism, can go for another cannon. So I'm putting me at 25 again, so I'm stronger. These two are pretty nice if I win those. And then with the rest of the actions, I mean, I could take away the computers, but I have scientific method already. Could also take away constitutional monarchy from him. I guess I will be doing that. Don't really need rich land anymore or engineering genius. I'm fine now with just 2 coal. I'm at 6 and he's at 6 as well. Once he's finished the transcontinental, of course, he will have 8. But that is also really handleable. And taking away the constitutional from him, that would be pretty nice if he grabs that. So yeah, ending the turn, getting rid of some more aggressions. So I'm really hoping for professional sports. And there's democracy, maybe grabs that. If he doesn't, I can definitely go for that. Still having Maximilian. Can go for a revolution with that. And he's still only at 5. Civil actions, crime wave, also losing 1 blue token and 3 culture. So he's at 5 civil actions, a little bit more if you consider Isaac Newton. You can basically count him as having additional civil actions. But when he grabs democracy, that's pretty expensive for him, grabbing anything from for 3 actions. So maybe I do get those. And he goes for military theory. Yeah, he also does not need that. So now, once again, we can't go for politics. So I'll be skipping. Yeah, the problem is now he's strong again. So I need to follow up. When I could go for democracy. And then Marie Curie. But then I'm only at 27. So I'm missing 1 military. And this move, I mean, it's okay, getting additional strength and cultural action and science. I don't know. I mean, I also don't have to go for the revolution. Could just go for democracy normally. And then I still have to build some military. Could delete the swordsman and build another cannon. But yeah, like this, I also really want to grab the military build-up. I think that's pretty important. So yeah, maybe I'm just gonna be the weakest for this turn. It's not too bad, the international negotiations. He can steal something, but it's not too bad. Like this. And then I can grab the military build-up. 8 resources is pretty crazy. I mean, I don't have to keep Maximilian. I can still go for Marie Curie. She's not bad. Because what else am I gonna do? I can increase population once. And then I could also maybe have to start hoping for not hoping for professional sports and build 1 religion. So like this, I'm not having corruption, so maybe this is the way to go. Not the biggest fan of Marie Curie, so maybe waiting a little bit longer for these. Churchill is really good, Pierre de Coubertin is really good, Einstein can also be good. It will also be interesting to see if he grabs Maya, the together with his computers, could go up to quite a lot of culture production. But yeah, I'm gonna do it like this and stay with Robespierre for now, getting rid of the aggressions. A bit of harmony probably isn't that good for me. 12 to 12. There were Einstein and new government forms, but he still can't go for those. So he's still having the problem with his civil actions. I mean, he can play something and then steal science from me. Maybe we'll do that. And then go for maybe fundamentalism or communism. I think communism would be really good for him. But right now I'm at 60 and he's at 30. So he definitely needs to catch up. Also now I'm at 5 culture production. And national pride is also still in here. So a bit of happiness really depends on if I do get the professional sports. And I can also go for Einstein. I have quite high science production. With him obviously even more. Because now Robespierre doesn't really give me anything anymore. Also I probably want to grab some special blue technologies for the impacts, like civil service, engineering, so if those come, satellites as well. So he doesn't play politics, that's really interesting. Not sure, maybe he doesn't have anything good, just bad impacts. So he goes for more military. So I will be skipping politics. There's Churchill. Churchill of course also pretty nice. I guess what he's telling me by going for military, he maybe wants to go for war. So Churchill would be a nice answer to that. Air Force is also really nice as well. We can just increase population, play the military build-up, play Air Forces, build one, can just delete my swordsman and go for another one, putting me at 43. I have a guess, if I do that, I will be going for Einstein. I think I really like that, going for Einstein. Because I can grab him this turn. So yeah, then grabbing Air Force, going for that, getting 4 culture from Einstein, then a military build-up, building 2 Air Forces, making me stronger again, still having quite a lot of resources and production and reserves, so I don't think he can go for a war. Making me stronger again, still having 3 military actions to draw cards. And having 10 science production and 9 in hand, so I will be using Einstein quite a lot, so I think I like that. Also taking him away from him, because he's also at 14 production, so I guess he might still pick up Sid Meier, but he really has quite a lot of culture to catch up. 68 to 32. Of course it's very doable with nice impacts and maybe a wonder. And what did I draw? A bit of progress. I think it's nice that I do that, so he can't play that. And then variety, also not good for me. These are really dependent on the blue technologies that you have. So, I mean, harmony is still not bad for me. But I guess you will at some point be getting more civil buildings. So then that would be worse for me. Can also play the input of happiness, but that again depends a lot if I get professional sports. Definitely want those satellites, and now the international negotiations. So we'll be seeing what he gives me. Probably doesn't want to give me food. Needs all his 5 food to increase population. So I'm guessing science or resources then. So now a lot of cards from him. So we have to see if I stay strongest, but I don't see a good way for him to... I mean, yeah, that puts him at 42 and now 44. Okay, so now he is the strongest. And producing quite a lot of culture as well now. But internet will be gone. That's pretty important, that as he can't grab that next turn, don't have to take that away from him. So now the input of progress is even worse, so I don't want to play that. Maybe I don't play anything, because I'm the weakest, and he made sure that he was the strongest, so it is pretty risky. So I'm gonna skip the politics. Can definitely grab those satellites, gaining quite a lot of culture with being the strongest again, so I don't have to concern myself with that. I mean, I can also grab the movies and go for one movie. He went into culture production with St. Maya, so I can do the same. How many resources? He has 13 resources next turn, so not enough for 2 air forces. There I would have to be a little bit cautious. I have 9 plus 3, so 12 resources next turn. Yeah, I don't think he can go for a war next turn. But also, would be nice if I grab tanks, if I can get that for this tactic. We'll have to see. I think this turn is pretty nice. Going up to 47 and also keeping up with culture production, so I can't run away with that. And then being strongest again, so if he wants to play politics, it's gonna hurt him. Maybe keep the input of progress and get rid of input of harmony. I won't be good in that. I mean, both is 16. So maybe the progress now isn't as bad because I got the satellites. Variety also not bad, so I can keep those. Maybe I get rid of the economic progress. I won't be going for that. Another war, no new impact. Will also be interesting to see if he does end the age, or the game basically, this turn. He grabs 3 cards. And of course also if he plays politics. And again, I don't think he can go for war really. Would have to deny me quite a lot. Tanks and modern infantry, of course, really nice with my Colosseum as well. Can grab those tanks. Still pretty expensive for him to go for and grab those tanks away from me. If I research those, I get they only cost 6. I get 4 culture from Einstein and then 2 from the Colosseum. And then, I mean, I can't really use them this turn to increase my strength that much. Could just upgrade those, because I can't go for 2 more cannons and then also the tanks, which I would need for the mechanized army, which I don't have the resources for. But again, I don't think he will go for a war. And then if I grab Engineering Genius, no, just Engineering, can also go for another movies. Problem is, I will have Happy Face problem in the last age. Unless I definitely will. So maybe I have to delete something. Also, there's just 1 impact, so he won't be gaining that much from impacts. Also, he doesn't have that many resources. I have the Empire State Building left, but don't think he's that strong in that. So yeah. So he goes for air forces, but doesn't declare the war, and he doesn't end the age. So I guess he still wants to go for a war in his next turn. Will be interesting. So I won't be playing politics. I will be grabbing those tanks. Can go for those. Play the reserves before I lose them. And then I need 10 resources for 2 cannons. if he declares the war, I will be building 2 more cannons. So 10 for that, and then 8 for upgrading 2 knights. So 18, I have exactly that. So that is pretty nice. And yeah, I guess I will upgrade those 2 right now. Won't be enough, but still I can play the revolutionary idea. We'll be grabbing away the modern infantry from him. And I guess taking revolutionary idea and then going for modern infantry as well. As I said, gaining quite a lot of culture from that with Einstein and the Colosseum, so I think that is really nice. And the next turn I have 10 resources, can delete anything and go for 2 more cannons and this tactic, giving me quite a lot because I will be doubling them with the air forces, of course. So that is the plan. I think it's a good plan. Can get rid of the wars and one of the tactic. And then see if he still decides to go for the war. He doesn't have that many resources, but I don't really see how else he wants to win this. We do have now the problems, as I said. Quite a lot of them, but there's only 1 impact, so if he doesn't play anything, you can just say, okay, I won't be good in the impacts, but I have a big enough lead. Let's see, the Empire State would give him 14 at the moment. Can't finish that this turn. And overall he can't go for that much military. 14 resources, that's 1 air force. And that's basically it. Can't really go for a lot more. Also he did lose the cannons, so can't go for any other tactics. And yeah, he's at 51 and I'm at 102. And with the revolutionary idea I might even be able to go for civil service and professional sports if they are still there. I mean, he can also just grab away civil service and professional sports, and I don't have any technologies that I can research. So maybe I should have grabbed some technology instead of revolutionary idea. But yeah, it seems like he's not playing politics, so maybe he does play a war. So he doesn't go for war, but the national pride, so I gain culture even more. And he goes for the Empire State and upgraded resource production, so probably likely that the impact of industry is in here. So let's take a look what is his plan for next turn. He also takes away the professional sports from me. And next turn he has exactly 18 resources, but he has reserves as well. So my question is if I will play the impact of science. Right now I definitely would gain additional 10 culture from that. And if he finishes the Empire State, he only has 1 resource left, so 5 resources, so he could build another alchemy. So then he would also score additional culture because he has the most science. So first I'm going to take a look what I can do. Also, the input of progress now isn't too bad if I get the civil service. Variety, yeah, probably not. So what do I want to do? Sadly I can't go for a lot because of missing happy faces. Can definitely go for the civil service. I'm getting quite a lot of actions. Also I don't know what these are, so maybe getting stronger is the way to go. I could delete these farms. I could technically delete both of them. And still don't have food starvation. And then I could build another cannon, being stronger than him now. And then with the last action, I mean, I could just build. Yeah, this is tricky, because I don't want to have an uprising. Like this, he can again just. He also gains additional from this because of he has more food than me now. So this is not a really good option. Deleting my food production. Yeah, the happy face is really bothering me. But progress now is same. Variety still better, same as well. Harmony same, so the only one I can score something with is Impact of Science. So maybe I will just do that, but if he knows that, then he can also just go for that instead of the Empire State. Like if I just, yeah, if I delete something, he also gains additional. So I don't want to delete my food production. I could delete a cannon and still have enough to defend. I just need more. So yeah, it's pretty tricky. Also, I don't have enough to go just for another movies. So I could go for another religion. I think this would also be enough. And then if I go for the Impact of Progress, I get an additional 3 culture for playing that. But I also give him something. That's another factor. I don't know what is under here. Maybe gains resources or anything from that. So I'm not sure I want to play something even. So I could let it be like this and don't even play something. Then he will gain some from that. I mean, he might overtake me with his impacts, but again I will end up at 120. He's at 70 plus, yeah, maybe 21, so 90. So it's pretty hard for him to overtake me. Even though if it's in Impact of Industry, he's 14 there, and I'm at 6. Also he can, if I do it like this, he can build another alchemy, and he produces 1 culture more and 1 science more, right? I mean, yeah, maybe I don't even have, maybe I can still play the Impact of Science. I think that would be good, because he can't really overtake me and finish the Empire State. He would also be at 10. Then I win that. Right? So if I do this and then also the Impact of Science, he can't overtake me and finish the Empire State, because he needs 17 for that. And then he's only at 22. So 5 additional, so he can't go for scientific method. So I think I have to do that. So what is in the deck? Refugees. So this is, yeah, this is the reason I thought about not playing at all. And it maybe also has Impact of Competition in there, and then yeah, maybe I think I have to delete these cannons. Problem is I still have unhappy workers. So maybe that was not a good idea. Going for civil service. Yeah, now I don't want him to play an aggression on me, definitely. So, how much? 12 and then 4 more, so 16. So I can't delete another cannon. I mean, these mines, I mean, if he is Impact of Industry, these are just 3 culture worth. So maybe I have to delete one of those. And then yeah, I think I don't want to build science, because that would let him know that I want to defend that Impact of Science. And yeah, as I said, he can't go for more than 10 and also finish the Empire State, so just building 1 religion. Then I think it's sadly it. Yeah, it could get close depending a little bit on his impacts. And also this card, what is the last H2 card. There's a little bit left, but not really those. I mean, arms industry could give him additional resources, or no, it couldn't, because I have the best in everything. So the arms industry can't even give him additional resources. And then the territories don't really matter. Politics of strength could be bad, losing another 5 culture. And the rest, not really that important. Terrorism, that would be bad. Could delete one of my labs. And then I lose the Impact of Science. So yeah, a little bit unclear how it all will end because of my problems with the happy faces. Really should have maybe had a look out for the organized religion or something like that. Put me in an awkward spot. But yeah, that's how it goes. So we'll have to see what he can do. And there's nothing else I can do, so get rid of some of these cards. Can still defend, yeah. And hope that he doesn't have the best impacts, I guess. Cold War doesn't give him anything really. And he doesn't finish the Empire State. Oh, he does. Oh damn. Went for... I didn't think about that. That's a good move. Industry. Population, damn. Government. Wow, really well played, I didn't think about that. Well done by him. Yep. He just built 2 printing presses, which also cost 4. And then he was able to be ahead in science production. So really well sawn by him, or seen by him. And not well done by me. Sadly, if I hadn't played Impact of Science, should have played something else maybe, or nothing at all. Really close, but yeah, in the end he was able to pull it back. Quite surprised. I thought at the beginning of H3 I had quite a lot of was quite ahead in culture production, so, and in culture overall. But yeah, the ending impacts were all pretty nice for him. Population, he got quite a lot, and then of course the industry, which I knew. But the population, don't even know why he has such a big population lead. Way more population than me, even though we both were at irrigation. So I'm not sure what happened there. So yeah, but this wraps up the game. Well played by him. And I guess big mistake by me that cost me the game. But you never know. I still hope you had fun with this game, and that I see you on the next game as well.